We've arrived here at Tapemark, at the heart of St. Paul, Minnesota. We're on the road to 50 states, and we're talking with the Senior Vice President and Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Beau Garrett. We are in a decommissioned area of one of the lines here at Tapemark, and we're going to be talking about the future of healthcare. Welcome, Beau. Looking forward to speaking with you.
Thank you, Nigel. It's a pleasure to have you here.
So, Beau, the big question. What's the next big thing in pharma?
I would have to say portability and being able to deliver medicines and therapeutics to parts of the world that we've never been able to deliver them before. What do I mean by that? Well, a lot of the most cutting edge therapeutics, vaccines, treatments, they're limited to the developed world because of needs for refrigeration, needs for technology. And so that if you can take those molecules, those therapeutics, those actives, and put them on a film, a buckle that goes in your mouth and doesn't need to be refrigerated and is protected simply by a foil pouch, or you can put them on a patch and maybe deliver them via micro needle system or some super potent permeator enhanced system, then you have something you can take around the world regardless of climate, regardless of how developed the country is, and probably also regardless of economics, because we all know that those types of delivery systems, film, buckles, and patches, tend to be a lot lower than some of the more advanced injectables, biologics, etc.
So, Beau, what can you tell us about the state of the market in transdermal drug delivery systems?
A lot of those small molecules are now being repurposed under the 505(b)(2) pathway to other delivery systems from pills or capsules. And so transdermals, oral thin films lead well for that regulatory path. And so you're seeing a lot of career big pharma types, either scientists, execs, or both, that are leaving big pharma and they're acquiring assets to develop them on their own via the 5(b)(2) pathway. Well, these folks may not have the facility, or the labor in order to do their own development, scale up, and then ultimately commercialization. So they come to places like Tapemark. And because we offer a one-stop shop for them from formulation all the way through serialization, cartoning, and ultimately shipment, it's great that they can consolidate everything in one spot.
So as we know, is the thin film and transdermal drug delivery system has been relatively limited historically, but there's been an explosion of new options. And as we've discussed with new regulatory channels that you can go through to deliver a compound, we're now seeing lots more opportunities. Can you talk a little about those opportunities and how you see Tapemark moving forward as you continue to expand?
So in the United States since 1979, we've seen less than 20 new NDAs on transdermal. And with 505(b)(2) and repurposing a lot of generic small molecules, you're going to see that explode. In other parts of the world, Asia, for example, they use a lot more transdermal. It's much more in the culture, pharmaceutical or medical care. United States, we're just really in our infancy. And so depending on the consulting report you read and the year, we're probably looking anywhere from 6 to 15% compound annual growth rates just in transdermals in the United States. And that's going to continue for a long, long time.
Can you talk about new innovation, new technologies that you may see coming to transdermal delivery of the existing drug delivery systems on the market today?
Obviously, biopharmaceutical development has been moving towards the large molecule for some time. And you're limited in terms of what you can get through the skin because the skin's a fantastic barrier. And so the advent of magic permeators, if you will, that can help to get some larger molecules through the skin will be a big breakthrough. And we've actually signed a strategic partnership with a R&D company that does exactly that. They have a branded and patented delivery system focused on delivering much larger molecules through the skin than have ever been possible, up to 26,000 Daltons, which is, in the world of transdermals, that's massive. We actually offer that here at Tapemark under our trademark name, MacroPerm. And so that's one area I expect you'll see a lot more innovation. The other one is actually probably a silver lining thing from COVID. There aren't too many of those. But with the need to deliver medicine that doesn't have to be refrigerated to a lot of the parts of the world, Now you're seeing a real uptick in interest in transdermals, because particularly microneedle transdermals, because if you can abrade the skin and deliver a molecule, a therapeutic or a vaccine that doesn't require in both injection and refrigeration in order to get it to the patient, and you can bring them a coated microneedle that maybe has a transdermal patch or system, and that element is high potent enough that just a little bit, once it's into the body, will then do its job. Then now you have a solution for a lot of parts of the world where you just don't have the ability to bring refrigerators and other fancy equipment.
What are the benefits of partnering with a company like Tapemark for the pharma industry?
Cost. You don't have to invest in your own facility, your own labor, etc. Know-how and competency. We have really deep competencies in our specialized delivery systems of oral thin films, which include sublinguals, buccals, all different types of transdermal patches, semisolid topicals, and those tend to be specialized delivery systems rather than pills and capsules. And so pharma usually just doesn't have the know-how on how to do that. And also consolidation. If you come to a fully integrated service provider like Tapemark, you can come here and say, this is my dream, this is the vision, and we will formulate it for you. We'll do the early development. We'll work on your clinical supplies. Once you're ready to submit to your agency, then we'll do everything you need there in terms of your registration batches and your final submissions. And then ultimately you get agency approval. We'll commercialize it for you. We'll make the product, then we'll carton it, serialize it, and we'll ship it all from one spot. Thanks for coming to St. Paul to see Tapemark. It's great to have you here. We do a lot of hockey, ice fishing, and we make world-class transdermals and thin film up here. So come visit us whenever you want.